Well, good afternoon. Welcome to day one of Soul Canvas Activate. My name is Tamika Jameson. Some of you may know me as Tamika Newhouse. And I am the co-founder of Soul Canvas, as well as a creativepreneur, a dreamer, an author, a documentarian. And the creator of Black Writers Weekend. I have just been creating and doing a number of different things about 16, 17 years. So here we are for Soul Canvas Activate. This is our very first virtual session for Soul Canvas Activate, and hopefully this will be a more continuous experience that we're going to bring to you guys to help you activate your creative journey as well as your wellness journey. So welcome to all of our soulmates, those that are joining us live, and also those that are watching us recorded. It's going to be a pretty awesome session. So I am going to be presenting a creative wellness workshop called Tracing You. It is a beautiful journey to be able to know exactly who you are and how you can navigate through life as well as through your creative aspirations, achieve those things, but actually being a whole healthy, vibrant individual. And so it takes a process to actually get there, and it actually takes being vulnerable and really truly knowing yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to dive right on in. So, let's dive into a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Now, for traces of you, or tracing you, sometimes I like to say, are you courageous? Are you capable? Are you determined? Are you strong? Are you resilient? Are you loved? Are you appreciative? Are you balanced? Do you feel beautiful? These keywords I've kind of, these beautiful words I've thrown out here, I want you to connect with them. Are these things, are these words truly you? Can you truly say that, yeah, I'm all these things? Or can you truly say, I kind of probably need to work on this a little bit more? So let's dive into it. In this transformative workshop, we will embark on a profound journey of self-discovery and empowerment guided by the wisdom and insights of my journey. I am the author of Tracing You. My personal journey and experiences have inspired me to create this guide, and I invite you to join me in exploring your innermost truths and embracing your authentic self. I like to say, faith walking isn't easy, but it's the key to achieving your dreams. It's not about external factors like relationships or money. It's about you, your mind, your energy, your consistency. Join me on this journey of self-discovery and self-love. And that's me, y'all, in yellow. So your key takeaways, and I hope that you have grabbed your either pen and paper in your notebook or your iPad, and the little cute little pen thing that you can use to write on your iPad. I hope you have grabbed those things, because these are some key takeaways that you are going to dive into. Becoming you, your society in your first world, the emotional you, the love in you, the style in you, ways to take care of you, and then build you to build your money. Now, all of these things trace who you are. Understanding who you are at the root of all of these different elements, it will help you fly. You can thrive as an individual. You can thrive as a dreamer. You can thrive in any aspect that you would like. And so I would like to say that this workshop is inspired by Tracing You, a Self-Love Journey workbook. And this workbook is nearly 100 pages. And the workbook that I'm about to present to you now is inspired and taken from this workbook here. And it's literally 100 pages of activities and self-reflections and guides and trivia and things that you can do over the course of several weeks long. And it actually took me 2 years to produce that workbook, y'all. It is available on Amazon as well as tracesofmika.com. Now, the purpose of this workshop is to it aims to help you unearth your innermost truths, discover your authentic self, and manifest your dreams. It's also about living boldly, fearlessly, and authentically so you can walk confidently on the path to success and happiness. So let's dive right on in. Becoming you. Explore your inner child and dreams from your youth. Identify who inspired and influenced your younger self. Reflect on your earliest memories of joy, pain, and safe havens. So let's go into item 1. Explore your inner child and dreams from your youth. I just want you to process and I actually want you to write it out. What did you want to be? Who did you want to be when you were a child? You don't have to dive deep into it. You don't have to do a lot of reflecting. Just what was that going to be? I personally was going to be an Olympian. I was inspired by FloJo. I wanted to run like the wind, but I didn't have the and I ran track all the way up into middle school, but I was not as disciplined with that. And I fell in love with writing. And at 12, I said, I'm just going to be a famous authoress. So I did the second thing I said I was going to do. But identify who inspired or influenced your younger you. So don't think about anything else but just this point. Who inspired and influenced your younger self? Think of the beautiful, positive influence of that person on your life. And this is all just about reflection, you guys. Now, reflect on your earliest memories of joy. It doesn't have to be the first one, but just early on, what makes you happy? And then you also then have to think of some pains, because just like light exists, dark exists. All of these experiences make up of who we are. And then think about that safe haven. My safe haven has always been my room, writing, reading, playing make-believe. The reason why I'm asking you to explore these points here is because this is what helped you become who you are. Your earliest dreams, who inspires you or who was kind to you, what made you happy, what made you sad, what made you feel safe. These really at the roots of who you are right now, why you enjoy certain things, why you avoid certain things. So again, this is all about tracing who you are. So this is purely reflection for you to reflect. So these elements help you become who you are. Your first society, your first world. Let's process and think about these things as well. And you guys may be wondering, why are we thinking about this? What does that do with creativity? Oh, we're going to dive into it. Your society and your first world. So these are things that I want you to reflect on as well and describe. So describe your childhood neighborhood, your school, your family bonds. Reflect on the memories of your childhood neighborhood, your school experiences, and the cherished books within your family. Examine your cultural backgrounds and traditions. Like what helped shape your identity. And consider the impact of stereotypes on your life and personal experiences. So my childhood neighborhood, my mother grew up in the very first Black neighborhood in Fort Worth, Texas, which was called Como. It's basically the only neighborhood that they would allow Black people to live in Fort Worth, Texas. To this day, we still own the home there in Como, Texas. But growing up, she didn't want me and my sister to be a part of, I guess, the hood or the ghetto, because you know how this America will do our neighborhoods and redline us and keep us closer to poverty versus riches. She didn't want that for us. So she moved us into a neighborhood where we were the first Black family on our street. This is crazy, right? I'm thinking about this now. And so I grew up with predominantly white people. And so I used to be called bougie and why you talk like that? Oh, you think you white? Like stuff like that growing up. And that helped create a certain me internally. Because I thought it was wrong to talk a different way, to walk a different way, to want to read, to want to write. Like things like that. It kind of just it put something deeper in me that I had to really live through and understand. My family traditions as well. Like we every holiday, even especially football time, because we're talking about Texas, we gathered, we cooked, we congregated, we went to church 5 times out the week. Like all of these things, when it comes to my first society, my first world, help build who I am now. So am I disciplined? Do I have amazing focus? Do I have a great fall through? Meaning, do I do what I say? Am I reliable? Am I a loving person? Am I loyal? Like, really process how your first society and your first world has molded who you are today. Really think about those things. Was the beginning of your life harsh? Was the beginning of your life privileged? Was the beginning of your life filled with family and love and adventures? Was the beginning of your life filled with hustling and being without, lacking parents and parental guidance? It doesn't matter what the answer is. What matters is those experiences have molded you who you are right now. And do you like who you are right now? Often we get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of today because now we're grown and we're adults and we're seeking out goals and things like that. But we may be have a short temper. We may be super irritable. We may not be as focused. We can't juggle as well. Or we're too focused on work and we're neglecting family. Like whatever the case may be, understanding who you are as a person then and now will help you mold the person that you're becoming or that you want to become. Your new friends and influences. Let's dive into this. Analyze the influence of your friends on your youth. Like who influenced your youth? What did those friends look like? What were they doing? Now assess your focus, accomplishments, and willingness to take risk. Explore your current wants and set goals for the future. So let's talk about it. I'm going to take this banner off at the bottom, y'all, to make sure that y'all can really see. Cool. So think about your youth. How does your friends shape your interests and decisions during that time? Did you have really good influential friends? Did you make bad choices in friends? Were you a follower? Were you a leader? Reflect on your current focus and achievements. Do you see any connections between your friends and your current goals? Now, I know y'all heard this before. If you're the smartest person in the room, then you in the wrong room. If you're the most successful person in your circle, then you in the wrong circle. If you can't call your friends and ask for advice, to call your friends and they also have resources that you can utilize and vice versa towards you, you got the wrong friends. Ain't no point in trying to, and this is my opinion, but there is no reason to want to aspire for more, and you're sacrificing, you're saving, you're taking risks, you're going to this event, you're going to that event, you're writing, you're creating, whatever the case may be, and you don't have nobody you can lean on, nobody you can talk to about this process or this journey, nobody that can give you advice that's been there, done that. What's your circle look like, y'all? And does that reflect how you used to choose your friends back then? Were your friends back then a good influence? Or did they have you going down a slippery slope? Did they have you making mistakes? Was you not saving money right? Did you mess up in college? Like, think about your choices then. Are you still doing those things now? Now, in your youth, were there moments when your friends encouraged you to take risks? How did those experiences affect you? Are your friends currently right now encourage you to take risks? Now, what are your current aspirations? Do you Do your current friends align with those goals? Let's talk about it. Because I know you heard this too. Everybody can't come with you. Everybody's not going to come with you. As you grow and explore and thrive, you can't keep hanging out with Pee Wee and Tink Tink and all them on the corner, or that's smoking and drinking on the weekends, or going to the hole in the wall and having fun and carelessly spending. You can't be doing that when you are attempting to build something bigger like wealth, financial freedom overall, to explore life the way that you want to. So looking ahead, what specific goals do you have for your future friendships and your influences? I don't know if y'all really realize that your influences and your friends and people around you play a major role. And I know y'all heard this before, and if you haven't, I'm going to tell you, your network is your net worth. Meaning, who's in your network? How valuable is your network? Can your network help you thrive and grow? Or are you the network? Because if you are the network and everybody always calling your phone for something, I'm going to need you to change your number. Change your number and get you some new buddies. Because we're not doing that no more. We're not going to be putting ourselves in a position where we are the lone wolf trying to figure out on our own. And there's plenty of ways for you to go about doing that. I'll talk about, excuse me, I'll talk about how to effectively network all the time in my Patreon. There's ways to network and to build with individuals. There's a way to figure out how you can grow in the industry that you want to be a part of. You basically have to go where the people are at. You want to be a writer, go to some writing groups, go to some writing conference. If you want to be a filmmaker, go to some film fest, join some social gathering groups, like go out there and talk to people, shake hands, do all that jazz. And I talk about that a lot in my my academy. So there's a lot of stuff online that you can tap into to where you don't have to feel like you're at it alone. There's no excuses in my book. It's almost like if you are hungry, you're going to go seek out some food, right? Because you're hungry. If you feel like you need to shower, you're going to go in there and step in the water because you need the shower. Like you will go and seek out the things that you need. And this is the same thing. You need community. You need a network. You need people and friends and a circle that helps you thrive. So no more excuses, y'all. So reflect on your circle and your friends. Now, the emotional you. Yeah, we got to tap into them emotions. Because some of y'all are walking around unhealed, bitter, angry, frustrated, lost, blind, naive, whatever the case may be. So let's talk about it. Define and understand your emotions, including sadness and happiness. Confront past hurts and address their impacts on your life. Express your emotions through an open letter and forgive yourself. So let's go into it, y'all. I want you to define and understand your emotions. And let's be honest, it's just you inside your head. You ain't got to lie. Are you a nice person? Are you patient? Are you understandable? Are you loving? Like, really process that. Who are you to other people? Now, this is also really important because we'll sit here sometimes and we'll focus on the good parts, but we want to just ignore and bury the hurtful things that we have experienced. And here you are walking around unhealed with a short temper, or you have PTSD and you don't trust nobody. You don't know how to effectively love on people and communicate. So we have to talk about it because this right here can really ruin you growing, building a network, building relationships, growing a business. Because how are you emotionally as a person? Do people want to do business with you? Like, do people want to actually, are people going to talk about you in rooms and say, I really enjoy her, I really like them, etc., etc.? Are they going to remember you because you was mean, rude, you had a stink energy? Or are they going to remember you because you were fun, you were light, you were informative, you were inviting? Like let's talk about the emotional you. How are you to other people? So I really just take a moment and I want you to express your emotions and your thoughts in an open letter. And I want you to forgive yourself. And if you feel like you're doing a great job, then I want you to hype yourself up and say, keep going. So I'm going to give y'all about 60 seconds, something really, really short, y'all. And then we're going to dive into the next session. Hey y'all, I'm back. And so now I want to show you just example of how emotional you can be and how you can openly heal out loud by showing you a project that I completed, giving you an example of how you can go back to your roots, trace who you are, attack those emotions and those wounds, those open wounds, and heal. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 stars are leaping, 11 drummers drumming, 10 ladies dancing. That's the problem. You don't have a choice.
One thing I didn't do was
It don't matter. The fact that you gotta start the sentence with the only thing I didn't do. Does he not get that? The only thing I didn't do. That's the point.
Yeah.
Get out, man.
I mean, how are you? Because she never give me credit for what
I didn't.
Okay.
What is? How my journey with being a parent evolved. I would have never even guessed that. I would have never said that was going to happen a day in my life where I would not enjoy being married, where I would not enjoy being a mother.
We're at my crib, just chilling. We're gonna let y'all see this 12 days of Christmas.
You know, we tried real hard to do this just right, but no, they wouldn't let us. They just wouldn't let us. We wanted this to be perfect, but You know.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey.
Y'all cheating on the table.
Delphi.
Hurry up, mama.
Delphi.
Make a face at Debbie.
So my visual memoir, Traces of Mika, and it's, as you guys see, the workshop is called Traces of You because we're talking about you. And for me, Traces of Mika is my personal journey to get through the ugliness, the pain, the past, but also love on my family while they are here. And I encourage you all to do the same. So go and check that out, y'all. It's a beautiful visual memoir that I have completed. And hopefully it will encourage you and give you that extra boost to tap into your own journey of healing and creativity. So let's talk about the love in you. Now, discover your love languages. And there's different love languages, y'all, for family, friendship, and romance. It's not the same. So think about what your love languages are for all those elements, right? And so then you want to learn how to communicate your love needs to those people. Because just because those are your love languages don't mean that people know what they are. And so if you are confused on what love languages are, they're words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, acts of service, and receiving gifts. So what do you like when it comes to family, friendship, and romance? And then how do you effectively communicate with those people or those spaces to ensure that you receive what you need? So understanding the importance of self-love and setting standards. That is a part of self-love, y'all, is effectively communicating your love languages in all aspects of your life and ensure that people are treating you the way that you want to be treated. It shouldn't be any other way. So for family, I like quality time, but I also like words of affirmation, like appreciation, because often when it comes to family, I am the head of the house. I am managing and making things happen for us. And it would be nice for there be some appreciation. Friendships, I would say a little bit of quality time and words of affirmation. Like you don't have to do much for me, but talking to me is enough. Checking in on me, making me laugh. We hanging out here and there. That's all I need. And then in romance, I need quality time. Definitely need some physical touch. I like receiving gifts, but that's not really like a big thing for me. Like the type of gifts I like to receive is food. Give me some food and give me some vacations, and I'm good. And of course, words of affirmation. I'm gonna need to hear it from all across the board. Like, tell me how you feel. So understanding those things and sharing that with your people, you're setting standards on how people should treat you. Because at the end, and also this is how you treat yourself. How you treat yourself, you're setting the standard of how other people will also treat you. The style in you. So I grew up as a PK kid, which is a preacher's kid, meaning we definitely have to look presentable leaving the house. That's where we going. Grocery store, like how people walk around with house shoes and bonnets and all that right now. We can't do that growing up. We have to walk out with some more self-respect and some decency and order. So let's talk about the style in you, because this really affects also and shows how people will receive you when you walk through the room. So I want you to define confidence and self-expression. What is confidence to you? For me, confidence is I feel secure and I feel okay within myself. And how I express that obviously is through style, how I speak, and how I engage. Like I walk in the room and I say, howdy. to everyone. Like howdy is my go-to greeting. I love saying howdy. It gets people to laugh and smile. Explore your personal style and your favorite colors. I don't know if you guys don't know this, but colors have emotions connected to them. I love yellow. Yellow means like new beginnings. But I didn't know that. But imagine if we wearing all black, wearing all white, wearing all brown, like really dark, grungy colors. They're connected to emotions. So how do you want people to feel and connect with you when you walk in the room? So kind of think about your style. And then incorporate self-care into your routine. Self-care for me is every day I'm giving myself a facial, a wipe down. I'm making sure that I'm lotioning my body with nice oils and vitamin C to ensure that my skin is vibrant and looks the best it can possibly be. I also get routine manicures and pedicures, routine IV drip treatments and massages. Speaking of which, I need to set me an appointment. I also make sure I get my hair done constantly, like every couple of weeks. I'm going to go get my hair done. I like to make sure that I feel and look good so I can feel good as well. Imagine if you not getting your nails and feet done, and your feet all hard at the bottom. You ain't got no new clothes. They all old and stuff like that. And, it just don't make you feel too confident, too happy. So make sure that you're kind of pouring into those things. Again, you set the tone. So if you treating yourself with all these nice things and taking yourself on the spa and you getting your hair done and, you looking good, ain't no way you're going to accept anybody treating you any other way. Tell me I'm lying. I know I'm not lying because you're going to set that tone and you're going to tell them, you can't treat me like this because I treat me like this. And you will either meet me here or higher. Now take care of you. Let's dive into it, y'all, because we can get so caught up in dreams and goals and checklists and building credit and all this other stuff and taking care of the children, taking care of husband, taking care of wife, taking care of our parents, tithing, being present in the community, all these stuff that we're going to be doing. But hello, what are you doing for you? So I want you to learn relaxation and recharge techniques. What's one simple relaxation technique you can practice right now to unwind? And that should be easy. You can just go lay down. And I mean lay down, cut that phone on vibrate. And I like to have a dark room. Like the darkness for me will calm me down versus like a bright room, especially when I'm trying to relax and rest. Also light some candles or turn on, what's that humidifier mist thing when, you can put the scents in the air? It's something like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like a humidifier and it shoots out different scents, to kind of help with the ambiance and the feel of the room. Smells also can help you relax. You can cut on calming music. You can do some breathing exercises, some meditation. Or like what I'm getting ready to do in a bit is go for a walk. Because it is feeling like spring is coming in. It's a very nice, beautiful day outside. So think about some relaxation and recharge techniques. Identify what gives you a sense of release. So think of recent moments when you felt completely free and at ease. What were you doing? Just think about it, y'all. And it needs to be a healthy thing. Nothing where you're overeating, super over-sexual, maybe drinking or smoking. Those things are not great for your body. So think about some healthy, good things when you just felt completely free and at ease. And now do that again. Now create boundaries in various aspects of your life. Now consider an area where you feel you need to better your boundaries. What's one step you can take today to establish that boundary? I just want you to think about something that you don't like that somebody's doing, or you don't like that's something that you're experiencing. Identify that. Now, how can you shut it down? Process that. I really want you to think about that. Now you got to build your money, y'all. So now after we've kind of gone through all of these emotional aspects of our life, we process our style, our emotions, our influences, and our friends, our first society, our first world, and the root of what helped us become who we are, it's like, okay, I'm good. I'm thriving now more emotionally, mentally. Now let me build my money, because being in financial strife or struggling, it definitely can mess with your creativity, your mental health, your emotions, your happiness, all of that. So you got to make some really good, sound decisions so that you can live out some happy days. Evaluate your current circumstances and what might be holding you back. So what aspects of your current circumstances are helping you progress towards your financial goals, and what might be hindering your progress? So are you dating and you shouldn't be? Are you overspending on your children? Are you eating out too much? Do you have a very high car note? Are you always shopping? Are you traveling too much? Like you have to begin to set boundaries and sacrifice in some areas. And it may last for 2 years, 3 years, whatever the case may be, so that you can have a beautiful 40 years, a beautiful 50 years. Ain't nobody trying to struggle for no 30, 40, 50 years because you didn't want to take no sacrifice for a couple years and not go on no vacation, not be buying food all the time, not shopping all the time because you didn't want to, make those sacrifices. And also you have to learn the techniques of the system. Once you get that credit up, how can you now get a line of credit and not be spending your own money to build something? Let's stop using our own money to invest in stuff. That's not going to work. Using other people's money, using bank people's money. Now, assess your conflict resolution skills. Think about a recent conflict you encountered. How did you handle it? And what skills could you improve for more effective conflict resolution? Examine your surroundings and their impact on your growth. Take a moment to assess your physical and social surroundings, how they contribute to or impede your personal and financial growth. You got to think about it, y'all. Who is around you? Who have you partnered up with? Who are you in a relationship with? How are your children acting? How are your parents acting? How are your siblings acting? Do you got family that's in your life? They always got their hand out and asking for something and you don't know how to say no? Do you have a partner that's not carrying their weight and they feel like you got it, you can do it, and you need to go ahead and leave them where they at? No, you can do it by yourself. Like, really think about the people that you have around you, and is it really worth it, or do you need to move around? Come on, y'all. Like, at the end of like, sometimes when we know what we need to do, but we don't take action. But I'm gonna let you know now, if you do not take action, you have to then find a way to be happy with what you are allowing yourself to experience. Find a way to be happy with the life that you are giving yourself. Because if you're not going to change nothing, right? If you're not going to try to better your life, better your circumstances, push those people out your life, walk away from no good people, walk away from a no good job, if you're not going to do nothing different, please figure out a way to just say, okay, this is my life. This is what I'm going to give myself. And I'm going to figure out how a way to be happy in it. Because if you don't, you walk around with an attitude and you giving us an attitude and we ain't do it. We don't want to be dealing with your nasty ass persona. And, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, but your nasty persona, your nasty and irritable demeanor. Like, come on, don't do that. We didn't do it. We didn't make the choice to say, well, this is all I'm going to give myself. We didn't make the choice to say, I'm going to stay with this person. We didn't make the choice to say, I'm going to stay at this job. No, you did that. You got to take some accountability in your own journey. And if you don't like that, now it's time to act. What do I need to do to make a change? And first, you got to identify those things. This is why we talked about, who are you? What was your first world in your society like? What are your morals and your values? Who's in your circle? Who's around you? What are your love languages? Are you communicating those languages? All these things will make sense and align with you making and creating a better life, whether you want to build a business, whether you want to be a creative, whether you want to travel some more, whether you want to retire early, whatever the case may be. You got to be a happy, whole individual to get there. And I hope that I helped you identify some ways to get there. So back to my workbook, y'all. I have several workbooks. So as I stated, this workshop was taken from this workbook, Traces of You. It's live right now on Amazon as well as tracesamika.com. It's nearly 100 pages, y'all. It took me nearly 2 years to create this. I call it a textbook because it's that thick. But it is very good for you guys to have. I absolutely enjoy hearing the feedback from this. Also, I have this workbook, Manifest. Also amazing workbook for you to have. Again, I'm a preacher's kid, so I grew up speaking of things I want. So being intentional in creating an action plan is what I'm encouraging you to do. And then also, you got to think about finding your joy through gratitude. You have to be grateful for just the things that you currently have. You can't walk around just always thinking about the things that you want. You currently have things now. You currently may have love now. You got a roof over your head. You got food in your belly. Like, you have to begin to find gratitude and joy now. Because please don't walk around bitter and angry again. I just said that. We don't want them attitudes. Don't do that. And then purposefully single. This workbook, I feel, is super important for those that are in relationships and you don't need to be, or you're not in a relationship and you want to be. You got to find purpose in being single. And then sometimes you have to be single on purpose. And I also have another workbook called I Forgive Me, but I don't have the visual for it just now, but I Forgive Me is actually one of my best sellers. A lot of people are stuck in what happened to them and what people did to them, and are not really focused on healing and getting through it. You got to feel the grief, you got to feel the pain, and you got to push through that. So I Forgive Me is also on tracesamika.com. Now, if you want help, if you need encouragement, if you need advice, you can holler at your girl. I'm always here to assist and help. I do not mind. I feel like I can be a helpmate to a lot of different people. And I think that ultimately, this could be something that can be very helpful and vibrant for y'all if you want to tap into any of my mentorship programs, going to my Patreon. I have numerous of workshops and curriculums there that you can just grab, and you can just enjoy those on demand at your own pace. I also have a Traces of You discovery map. So this map right here also too is available on my Patreon, and that's patreon.com/tracesamika. And this map kind of helps you identify what's going on in your mind, right? And so you're able to download this as well, and you can have this for your safekeeping. I have truly, truly enjoyed you all. And so you can scan this if you want to be able to get in touch with me directly. Hit me up, ask your questions, subscribe, get your mentorship session, whatever the case may be. But you do not have to be in this journey alone. No, you don't have to be in a journey alone. That's not even a thought, y'all. So let's do better. Let's be better. And let's thrive. I am rooting for y'all. Thank you so much for joining us for the first session of Soul Canvas Activate, because now we're going to be activating some things inside of y'all. Remember, Soul Canvas Activate is all week long, y'all. So we will be here all week from today all the way through Thursday, as well as you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we're constantly showing you guys different things that you can enjoy. There are empowerment and inspiring conversations that we host on our YouTube channel. I appreciate you all so very much. Thank you all so very much. This has been awesome.
Every single day that you wake up with breath in your body is an opportunity to do something different.
And that's when I started therapy. And that really changed my life. Personally, yes, but also as an artist.
It's hard for me to create something original when I'm being influenced by something that somebody else did.
And just like a farmer sees promise in a young potato, is how God sees promise in you.
That's power.
That's power. And don't let anybody diminish the value that you bring to a space.
I done read all the books all at one time. Spent all my money on Kindle. All of it. And I was about to send her an email and let her know how the next book should be.
Tamika Newhouse, one of my favorites. The new book. I am going home to read it tonight. Get it, follow her, read her book. Amazing writer.
Wiggins, and I'm a huge fan of Tamika Newhouse. I love Ultimate No-No, Cookie, I love them all. I wish you much support, and I love your books, and keep them coming.